Alright guys, so Georgia will face Xavier in round 1 of the NIT today. We have some great basketball games. Butler plays today, Virginia Tech plays today, LSU plays North Texas, the defending NIT champion. And then of course, Georgia and Xavier. Georgia is looking for its first postseason win since the 2014-15 season. This is their first postseason appearance since the 2016-17 season, when they got knocked out in the very first round by the NIT tournament. Let's get that 2008. Georgia runs the table and wins the SEC tournament. Who did they face? They faced Xavier, and Xavier came back at halftime and won. So, another interesting fact, Georgia has not beat Xavier since 1983. They are only 3-game losing streak versus Xavier. It is time for all of that to change. The Big East has every right to be upset that they got robbed in the tournament, and that's why they have so many teams in the NIT. And you know what? I never thought I'd say this. I'm a Georgia Southern fan too, but I'm absolutely going for Appalachian State. They don't play today. They play tomorrow, I believe. Go App State. I don't want to play Wake Forest again, especially on their home floor. But for Georgia, man, this could be the last game for a lot of players. I know it's gonna be the last game for sure for Noah, Russ, and Sonny Sonara. I'm hearing that Justin Hill will come back, but other than that, I believe everybody else will either transfer or leave. So, we're not even going to get on that right now. But this could be the last game for a lot of players in the University of Georgia, and I hope it's not. I hope we win. I hope we can play a few more times this year. Georgia went on a 10-game winning streak. All they need is 5. They only need 5 straight wins, and then we'll be NIT champions, and then the season will be over, and we'll be ranking a better in Stegman Coliseum, something we have not got to do in a long time. But you got to beat Xavier first. Xavier's a really good team. They are better than their record shows. Xavier is 35 spots ahead of Georgia in the NET rankings. So there's that. Their losing record. They do have a losing record. For somehow they got into NIT with a losing record. You know, people are making such a big deal about Georgia and Xavier being in. This is the main purpose of the NIT, is for teams like Georgia and Xavier, who, you know, they weren't great teams. They were just good, solid teams that unfortunately lost a lot of games to not be considered for the NCAA tournament. The SEC has its fair share of teams in the in the NCAA tournament. I mean, Georgia. Alabama, Florida, Auburn, Tennessee, Kentucky, of course. They have their fair share of teams, and the SEC has quite a few teams in the NIT. I believe Georgia and LSU made it. I might be leaving one out, but I think you should never decline the opportunity to play postseason play in the sport of college basketball. Sure, you can have players opt out, but I mean, just like Tom Crean said on ESPN, if you have 7 or 8 players that are willing to play the game, absolutely, right? I would never give up a chance to see Georgia play one more game, and that's because our season ended so bad, like it has the last 7 years since postseason play. It's just now you got to win. Like, you got to win one of them, right? I mean, people are online saying fire Mike White, and I'm just sitting there saying, you want to fire a coach that just got you in the postseason for the first time in 7 years. A lot of people fell for false hype. This Georgia team was really good at non-conference and then faltered out in conference play. And you know, y'all are not realizing we were really, really close in a lot of those games. Just 1 or 2 buckets go our way, we probably could won that. We probably could be in the NCAA tournament right now. But thankfully, we have postseason play. NIT versus Xavier. Georgia is looking to get even with Xavier. They have beat us 3 straight times, including the 2008 round of 64 in the NCAA tournament. Georgia actually led that game at halftime, then Xavier pulled away and came back and won. So, Georgia, Xavier, 7 o'clock, 6:35 on WSB. Hopefully Georgia wins, and then tomorrow we'll know who we're playing in our next game. I believe the next game probably will be Friday or Saturday, so we will know who we will be playing by Wednesday night. Hopefully it's App, because I don't want to play Wake Forest again. Then again, if Wake Forest wins, then bring them on too. We've already beat them once, and we'll beat them again. But we got to get past Xavier first. Hopefully it's not like the Louisiana Tech game where Georgia at one point was down like 33-6 in 2014. Hopefully Georgia could win this game, could come out here and look really, really good, and then could come out strong and win, right? Because that's the part of postseason play you want to win. So Georgia, Xavier, let's go Dogs, and let's get this win, and then we'll see what happens after that.
Dogs do the improbable, the unthinkable, the unbelievable. They beat Arkansas and go wire to wire to win the SEC tournament.